with the devil, and he might follow you home.
You know what, let me not start off being weird, my bad. I only said that because they like use that as promotional material. Like I wasn't trying to be demonic. Please don't judge me. Ladies and gentlemen, I have finally watched Sinners. Literally just came from watching it, and oh my god, yo, Ryan Coogler. Maybe not adopt me. I was about to say adopt me. Don't adopt me. But yo, I just want to pick your brain. Like, what goes through your head? Are you insane? Yo, in a good way, he's insane. Jordan Peele insane. You know what? Let me start talking about the movie. Let me collect my thoughts. You know what? I'm all over the place. I'm going to try to restart this video in a professional manner. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got done watching Sinners, and oh my god. I think I'm going to go sin tonight. The movie is indeed living up to the hype. If you ask me, I might say it exceeds it a little bit. Today we're going to talk about Ryan Coogler's latest film, and we're going to break it down as best as I could after my first watch. I caught on to a lot of themes he was trying to say about current day society and culture, and I wanted to break that down for anybody that wants to see the movie or somebody that has seen the movie and may have missed some things. And now I'm not going to act like I'm a film critic. I'm not. I'm some guy in his mother's house talking about movies. But you know, I've been watching movies all my life. I went to school for film 2 years until I left. So, you know, I might catch on to more things than the average person, you feel me? So let's get right into it. Now, me personally, I feel like one of the main themes about this movie is culture. The importance of culture, the importance of black culture in society, and how a lot of the times our culture is almost stolen from us or trying to be stolen. Hence the term that I just created myself, a cultural vampire. Now, I know y'all all heard of the term culture vulture.
What? I can't talk.
Now, I know everybody here has probably heard of the term culture vulture, which is literally the same exact thing. Honestly, a culture vampire probably exists, but this is my first time thinking of it and hearing it, so I made it up today. But the movie was about a lot of things, but the main thing to me, other than culture, was music. How music brings people together, whether that be in a positive light, which honestly, it should always be in a positive light. But realistically, that's not the case all the time. The movie touched upon how important music is to our culture, black culture, how it's supposed to unite us, bring us together, to enjoy each other, and how that music belongs to us, whether it be rhythm and blues, rap, jazz. The intention of all that music is to bring people together. But this movie touches upon the cons of that and how others can hear it and either want to be a part of it, which isn't always a bad thing. Hence Haley Steinfeld's character before she became a vampire, and will gladly accept those people. But there will always be other people that want to be a part of it, but they don't want to be a part of us, if that makes sense, and they much rather take it from us and make it their own. I think those people are symbolized by the vampires in the movie. And that quote, bro, the quote that we've been seeing all throughout the promotional material, let me get a little closer and say it to you, bro.
Don't go dancing with the devil, or he'll follow you home.
And he followed, not me, but in the movie. So at this point, I am going to get into a lot of the plot of the movie. So if you don't want to see that, hey, leave a like and come back. But one of the main characters of the movie, Sammy, his father was a pastor, and his father kept telling him, yo, stop playing the blues because eventually you're going to attract the devil. It might not be now, but eventually that will happen. And immediately when I heard that, it made me think of, in the past, my mother telling me, don't listen to that music. It's really, really bad energies. It's gonna attract bad things.
And obviously I'm like, nah, you tripping, I'll be alright.
But realistically, that same music that I used to love to listen to, I would never want to be associated with the people that are making that music or some of the other people that that music attracts. Bro, why did I ever listen to NBA Youngboy? Let's be real. But Sammy's only intention in the movie was to share his music through love. He wanted other people to feel the way his music made him feel. And really, he does just that. But lurking far away, bro, outside of the juke joint, are the vampires. And the vampires hear his music and they want it because they want to implement that culture into their own. They want to steal it, much like what happens in our own society. At this point in time, black culture plays a huge role in entertainment. We all know this. Comedy, food, music, dance, our hair, the way we talk, our shoes, the way we play basketball. But reality is, at the end of the day, we are not loved like our culture is loved. Not to say majority of people don't love us, but the things that we've created, like in the movie, the music is loved way more than us. So in the movies, low-key, the vampires are the culture vultures, bro. They're cultural vampires. What they're doing, they're soul sucking the culture. And because they weren't allowed into it, hence the vampires not being let into the juke joint for obvious reasons. This is a juke joint. What are you doing here? Go back to your town, bro. It's probably some white bars that's playing some good Irish music for you. Said the characters, not me. The whole point is they want Sammy's music. They want Sammy for his music. They want him to be in their community since they can't join his.
Absolute cinema, as one would say.
But I want you guys to let me know the themes that y'all picked up on in the movie that I may have missed. because I want to go over some more things right now that I really liked about the movie and that I want to talk about, but I know I missed something. I'm human, not a vampire, but I'm human. We all missed something on the first watch. So if y'all have anything that y'all think that I should have noticed or something that was huge, let me know in the comments. But now, bro, the things that I loved about this movie. Number one, the music. The music of this movie, oh my goodness. It was so beautiful. It immersed you in the time period perfectly. A lot of the background music, when characters were doing other things in the story, like trying to find stuff for the juke joint in town, or when the characters were just talking to each other, in my ears, it was solely coming from Sammy and the old guy that played the harmonica. Like all the background music I heard in my head, I was like, yeah, that's them playing this background music. It all fitted the time period perfectly, and it was low-key hitting. Like I could hit a little.
You feel me? It was going crazy.
Speaking of the music, my actual favorite scene in that movie, and bro, I don't think I'm ever gonna forget the scene where they're at the party and Sammy's singing and playing his guitar and stuff, he going crazy, and then the narrator comes in and is like, hey, you know, when music is played, it's connected in the past, the present, the future of all of our culture's music. So then it's a one shot and it just circles around the characters the whole entire time, and each time it circles, you see more people from past and present come in to play music. So for example, it circles once, you see some dudes crip walking, you hear some freaking LA music, and then it turns around again, you see a DJ, and then the more people you see, you hear their type of music coming onto the track, and then all the music just mixed together and it sounds amazing. This is, I'm pretty sure, y'all can mistake me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this was all a one take. All the music comes together, everybody's dancing together, and the whole point of music, bringing all these different kinds of people together, it was beautiful. It was such an amazing scene, bro, and it was doing what music is supposed to do, bring people together. It was, oh my god, a million chef kisses, bro. Number two, the second thing that I really loved about the movie is the Sugar Shack. If you black, bro, at one point you've seen this painting in your life. Ernie Barnes, 1976. This painting is like iconic in just the black community. You've seen it somewhere, and if you haven't, your mother or father, one of them knows about this. The Sugar Shack painting is literally just a juke joint. You see black people dancing with each other, enjoying each other's company, and they just having a good time. This movie was literally the Sugar Shack, but obviously with vampires. Like, the Sugar Shack is supposed to be a safe haven for black people. It's supposed to allow people to come together and have a good time regardless of your situation, regardless of the next man's situation. It's even a debate in the movie whether they want to prioritize profit or prioritize making this a safe haven for everybody. And the movie also covers how others may come and try to ruin that for us, whether they like it and want to be a part of it, even though we couldn't share the same bathrooms as them at one point, which is, they're in that point in the movie, or if they just want it gone because they see how much we're enjoying it. And the reason that I just keep thinking about this poster is because Sinners, bro, they made their own version of it as a poster for the movie. And when I tell you, I'm gonna find that poster. I need that poster, bro. Oh my god, it's so good. It's beautiful. It's amazing. All right, number three, there was a quote in the movie. I don't remember exactly how the quote went, but I remember it basically said, even when you work your ass off, there's always going to be a force in the world. In the movie, they're talking about white people that are always going to try to tear you down. Every time. You could live a life never making enemies, there will always be somebody that will be trying to tear you down. And that's facts. I know there have been so many people that I know, and probably people that you know that have experienced situations where they worked so hard at a job trying to get a promotion, but there are people lurking, watching you. You're literally on their watches. They're waiting for you to slip up and do something stupid or just mess something up, and all of it's gonna crash down. Or even people just trying to get a job. You could be working towards this for years, the job that you wanted. You could be the #1 qualified person, but the person interviewing you, they already got their mind made up. They already don't want you because
You're black.
or you're Asian, or you're whatever. You don't fit their criteria. Like, it's crazy. This relates to whoever in real life. Everybody's been through something like that. But in the movie, the white guy that they bought their juke joint from literally was planning on coming the next morning with his clan members, yes, his clan members, and murdering whoever was left in the juke joint, which is insane. Another thing that I loved about this movie, bro, the vampires were not mindless. I've seen so many movies, TV shows, whatever interpretation of a vampire, the vampires are just mindless monsters that just are bloodlusting. But the way the movie described it, so the human dies, the soul is trapped in their body and comes back to life with all the hatred from that soul fueling them. They're still acting as that person, just more through hatred. And the soul is low-key trapped. It's really not the actual soul, which is kind of a deep way to think about it. It's kind of messed up, bro, because the only way to free them is just killing them. It was so crazy when the vampires were speaking. They were low-key speaking in logic, like to them, but it made sense when you listen to what they were saying. They're still crazy. Obviously, they're still a little bloodlusted, but you heard them talk and you're like, I understand what you're saying. You're still insane, but I get it. Low-key, if you think about it, the vampires' intentions was to form their own juke joint. Let me cook. Now, vampires need to be invited in, right? The main vampire, who I actually think, they kept calling him the devil. I think he was low-key Dracula, which would, you know what I'm saying? Because he was very aware of everything that's going on. He was the hive mind for all the vampires, but him not being allowed in makes him feel like, you know what? I'm gonna steal your culture, literally. One of y'all come out here, I'm gonna bite you.
You're mine.
And this just keeps on going. So he gets enough people that literally leave the actual juke joint and they come with him and they form their own thing. They were literally outside dancing and singing like they were inside before, but now they're out with him. He was like converting them to vampires to get what he wanted. If I'm not making sense, please let me know in the comments and I'll just shut up. I'll end the video right now. No, I won't. Anyway, on to number 5. The acting in this movie, amazing, top tier. There was no bad performance in this movie at all. Michael B. Jordan, I knew you could act, but goddamn son, you, bro, twins. I watched a lot of behind the scenes about this movie. Well, not even really behind the scenes. It was more of interviews and him talking about how they had to kind of direct and shoot the movie. They always had a placeholder actor sitting where a twin would sit, and he would kind of have to direct them to be like, no, like act like this. This is how I would act. And then they'd play his scenes as one twin talking to a placeholder, and then they switch roles and he'd have to then do what he told the placeholder to do as himself and bounce off of how he was responding, if that makes sense. That sounds difficult, right? Bro, imagine having to do that shit. That is insane. And him and his brother's dynamic was one of my favorite parts of the movie. Like, they were really different characters. And then even when the vampire, spoiler, obviously I told you I was spoiling the movies. If you give a damn about spoilers now, you're cooked. But even when he became a vampire, bro, they were still so connected and like they were still brothers. Like, his soul was clearly still there. Like, neither of them could come to even hurt each other. Like, actually, they couldn't kill each other. And all the characters had some type of trauma that probably reached out to somebody in the audience. Like, one character's mother passed away, another character had a dead kid, another character had daddy issues. Like, yo, it was so much going on, but you felt all their pain. It was great. Another quote that was said in the movie by, I think it was Stack. He said, "Brother, we were never gonna get freedom." Never. Black people at any point in time, we're always trying to gain some type of freedom, whether that be creative freedom, financial freedom, or just literally freedom. The truth is, for a lot of people, that freedom is never going to be achieved. Like I said earlier, there'll always be a force preventing you from truly being free. And not saying it's not possible to be free in your own way, but for a lot of people, it just isn't. And that's, bro, that hits hard like a truck. It hits hard like a four-wheeler. Them becoming vampires, obviously, they didn't want to become vampires, but once they did, everybody seemed free of their pain, which is what Stat kept saying. He was like, yo, we free now. We can be free together, bro. Just let me bite your neck a little bit. Another thing I really want to talk about, I don't want to say I loved it in the movie, but it was kind of crazy. So there's this lady in the movie that set herself on fire. Well, she didn't actually set herself on fire. She killed, I'm pretty sure she ended up killing her husband, who turned into a vampire, because the husband actually threatened their daughter's life with the Dracula guy. Yes, I'm calling him Dracula from here on out. I don't care. But bro, when she stabbed him, right? She stabbed him with a wooden stake, and she stayed on top of him, because I think she also threw a Molotov at him, or whatever they're called in The Last of Us. She stabbed him and was like, yeah, like going like that, getting her adrenaline, whatever. The guy was on fire, and she was so like mad that she just allowed herself to also get set on fire while she's burning and dying. Just a regular human just being set on fire, and she's allowing it because she's so like passionate about her killing this dude. She's still like grunting like, yeah, bro, you see her skin peeling and stuff, she on fire. And I was talking to my dad after the movie, and he asked me, he was like, have you ever heard of that monk that set himself on fire to kind of like protect his people? And I was like,
Bro, what are you talking about?
And he told me more about it, and I just searched it. And I'll put up a screenshot of it right now. I literally Google searched it. I searched monk that burned himself alive to protect others. Bro, there was a monk who definitely did set himself on fire to protest oppression. And that was in June 1963. And he did this for the people that he was trying to help and protect, kind of like a sacrifice. But my dad said he automatically thought of that when the woman was doing that. And he was like, maybe that was like the woman doing the same exact thing. And now thinking about it, that's kind of sick, bro. She heard they were talking about her daughter. She did not care no more, bro. She was like, I don't care if I die, my daughter finna live. And the last thing about the movie that I really liked, us black folk, we like to always call the woman with all these quote unquote potions and all these spiritual things that she may be into. We will all call that woman crazy. Some people might call her a witch. That woman in the movie that was played by B-15 from Loki, I don't remember the actor's name. She was also in Lovecraft County or Lovecraft Country, which is also an amazing show. She's actually an amazing actress, but many people would have called her crazy. Many people were calling her crazy. Her husband, well, not her husband, boyfriend, whatever they are, he talked about her stuff like in a super smart way. Like he didn't believe in it, but he kind of just let her rock with it because he loved her. But that crazy lady that we would all call crazy, she was right. And I thought that was really funny. But these are all my thoughts, at least that I can think of right now. If y'all have anything else that y'all want to talk about in the comments, if y'all agree, disagree, please, I want to talk about everything in the comments. This channel is just for all of us to get our thoughts off on the movies we watch. There have been so many times where I've watched a movie and had nobody to talk about them with because nobody has seen the movie. Nobody's seen Birdman around here. I actually just watched Birdman recently. We have a Birdman review coming out. Yes, the Michael Keaton movie, which I also think kind of, I don't know if it does, but I feel like it kind of represents his real life self with his role as Batman. Birdman, Batman. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're not talking about Birdman. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Join my little film club, you feel me? We got meetings every Friday. No, we don't. We have meetings whenever we have meetings. But anyway, I love y'all. Let's talk in the comments. Peace.
Also, I forgot to mention, Haley Steinfeld was sexy as fuck in that movie. Even when she was literally eating somebody alive, I was feeling all of that.